Hello, family. I am on my way to work. I'm driving on the highway right now. I don't have my Bible in front of me. I wanted to share something that happened last night. I went to Wednesday night service at my church. The pastor who usually does it, our senior pastor, he was in with the youth this week, and so we had a guest speaker. And this guest speaker gets up and he starts talking about David and Saul. Great. It was a great sermon until he got about halfway in, and then it was like his flesh and the enemy took over and started spewing out false statements, lies. And I was sitting there. I was so upset that in my own church these lies were being told. I was so upset. I was shaking. And I asked the Lord if I should stand up and say something about it. But I did not receive an answer from God, so I kept my mouth shut and tried to make it through the rest of the service. I wanted so badly to get up and walk out. He brought up two. He brought up two of the churches that the Lord asked me to call out as false. Now this guy, he does not know me. He does not follow my posts or anything like that. We have no connection toward each other, okay? But he basically said nobody should be talking against these ministries because, and this was his reasoning, because look at all the people that follow them. Look at all the people they're touching. Look at all the good that they're doing. Their congregations are huge. They must be doing something right. We shouldn't focus on the bad. We should focus on what they're doing good. And I was sitting in the pew, shaking. I was so angry that these lies were being told in my very own church. God's holy word says in the last days that people will run away from sound doctrine. That people will run after teachers. They will seek them out. Teachers that will tell them what their flesh wants to hear, to tickle their ears. And it will be falsity. It will be not the true gospel. And the one that this guy was focused on, that he was speaking about, I have heard this preacher say that Jesus is not the only way to heaven. I've heard it. He came up publicly saying this. And yet we are supposed to focus on the good and how much they're helping on people. How much his ministry is helping people. look at all the lives he's touching for Jesus. No, if he is spreading half-truths or completely false gospel, he's not helping people. He is dragging people to hell. And we, as the true church, need to be able to discern what is false and what is true. And God love him. I have grace over this guy. You know, I give him grace because he was speaking what he thought was true, that we should not judge people, we should not throw stones, you know, and all that is well and good, but he was speaking from his flesh. He was not speaking from the Spirit. I did not feel the Spirit at all. Jesus is the only way to heaven. He is the only way. And every single knee will bow before him, whether they like it or not. God is not here to make us happy. He's not here to have us live our best life now. We live our best life when we get to heaven with him. He is here to mold us and grow us and make sure that we are holy enough to stand before him on that day, so that we can live our best life with him in eternity. Family, we need to be discerning about who we listen to. And even if it's coming from your own church, have discernment over if the word is coming from the Holy Spirit or if the word is coming from someone's flesh. We are in the last days, and we have the deception. The Lord has said the deception is so strong, and it's only getting stronger. And Satan is not going after the world. He's going after Christians. He's going after God's family to try to deceive them into backsliding and falling away. He's already owns the world. He already owns them. I pray that each one of you, God gives discernment and a heart to know the truth and to seek after it and to be bold and stand up for what God's truth is. Jesus is the only way to heaven. And just because someone has a large following and it looks like he's doing a lot of good, or she is doing a lot of good, touching a lot of people, does not mean that the truth is being spoken. I love you guys. I am pulling into work now, and so I hope each and every one of you have a good day. I'll talk to you next time.